And hello. Welcome to Stars I Shall Find, a Star Trek Adventures actual play campaign. Uh,
Hello.
I'm Avery. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing myself.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh
No, it's
no.
okay. So welcome back. We're hopefully everyone can hear us. If you're in the chat, could you let us know that we're good? Okay. So whatever the issues was last time, that was not my fault. Yay.
It was not your fault.
Not my fault. But yes, welcome to Stars I Shall Find, a Star Trek Adventures actual play campaign. We are joined once again by our lovely cast and crew of Queers Guild. And we have a doozy of an episode to get into.
Avery
So,
left us on a huge cliffhanger.
yep.
Yeah.
So, hang on. Let me just do this. Recap Stars I Shall Find. Aha! So, the USS Gwenhwyfar, on its first official mission in the Shackleton Expanse, has hit a bit of a snag during what should have been a normal, routine scientific study of a dying star. With barely a moment's notice, two things happen at once. Daru notices a ship on a collision course with the Gwen, and before they could do anything about that, the star goes supernova. Lieutenant Dave Evan was able to start to pull the ship away, turning the ship broadside, mitigating some of the damage of the incoming shockwave that had on the ship. We pick up in the aftermath of the supernova. Daru's Orion pheromones have diffused throughout the bridge with their emotions, and most of the crew strewn about the bridge. The lighting is dim, with only the pulsating glow of red alert illuminating the space. So what are you doing?
Well, I'm injured. So,
Daru's first instinct is to try and get back to their station to figure out where that ship is now in relationship to the Gwen.
Okay. You run up to the console. The controls are dead.
Do I see anything visually out the view screen?
Mm,
I don't know how close it was. That
It
might be
was-
outrageous, but
it was approaching pretty quickly, and you can't, like, you're trying to do some mental math as because when Dave Evan like adjusted the ship, trying to figure out if it's still going, but there was make an insight command check.
that is oi. That is not what Daru is good at.
Oh no.
That is a roll of 11.
Ooh.
You can do it.
I'll set
I
this
got
up
a 2 and a 19.
okay.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
gonna
I didn't let you say what difficulty it was.
I was gonna say difficulty 2. So how many successes is that?
So 1.
One.
I don't
Okay.
think I have any focuses that apply, considering all of my focuses are related to hand and ship-to-ship combat.
Okay. Yeah, you can't tell. You don't know where it is.
Okay.
Yeah. There's
The second
nothing out
thing-
of visual. Yeah, second thing?
Doctor, were you on the bridge?
No.
No, doctor was in med.
Daru to med bay.
Medbay reporting. What the fuck was that?
That doesn't happen because comms are dead as well.
oh,
Damn it.
oh,
Excellent.
So, I think
Status report on the bridge. I need a roll call. Who's here? Who's injured?
I start pushing myself up from where I'm apparently slumped against a wall.
How much stress
like,
did you take? How much stress did you
2.
take? So you're not injured, but you are
Oh, cool.
hurt.
You
Sort
just
of
did a
rattled
really
around.
awesome front flip over your console.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And landed perfectly. So
Yeah,
not
it-
hurt yourself.
It went like this. Everyone went like, and some person went, oh, flying over
the
the
bruises on my body will heal, but the bruises on my dignity may not, Captain.
I am very, very much not going to ask what dignity. Is anyone injured such that they cannot maintain their station?
Say what dignity?
That is indeed what was said.
I don't
Um,
believe so, no.
You you look around. There's some other bridge officers. Like I want to say that Brosie's not on the bridge either. She's down in engineering.
Yeah.
Your interpreter, whose name I'm blanking on, which I'll pull up right now.
Noguera.
Right. Oh gosh, no, I'm pulling up their. I was just gonna like improvise interpreter. Noguera, yeah. I almost said the wrong pronouns. That's the thing. So Z is like on the ground, and Z kind of picks up, but they say, I'm okay, sir," and they sign to you, which I can't do because I don't know how to sign.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
The very final episode, we'll finally get that down.
I think the first thing that I would likely do after like sort of taking a second to like sit up in my chair and look around and take stock of where everything is, is look for the nearest like ensign near my like station, who doesn't seem to have been damaged at all in this event. Like the nearest and most okay looking ensign that I can find.
Right. So the way the stations are set up, there's two. If you look behind me, there's these two stations right here. That's where the pilot and the helm would be, and I think that's also one of them is for the pilot, and the other one's for like operations. So I think that's probably where Situla would be sitting, because that's like science operations. Usually
Yeah, I
sits there.
slowly and gingerly make my way back.
Yeah. But there would probably be an ensign, probably who tumbled down the stairs, the ramp down here, and is looking up at you. Little rattled, but doesn't seem too hurt.
Okay. Well, then I'm telling this person to run to medbay and inform the doctor, the CMO, of what's happened.
I sir, and he scrambles up to the turbo lift door and hits the button, and nothing happens. And he hits the button again. Turbo lifts are down
Are there
too,
no
sir.
stairs in this ship?
Jeffrey's tubes.
There's Jeffrey tubes.
Jeffrey's too.
Okay.
Turbo lifts usually don't go down.
Can I, from where I'm at, can I get a sense of if we are operating solely on like auxiliary power, if life support is up, if like what systems? Because I hit red alert right before we got knocked.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
So-
Why don't you make an insight
Do-
command check? So this will be difficulty 2 as well.
okay. Insight command. I am fairly good at this. Would my focus in Starfleet protocol or helm operations have?
I'll give you Starfleet protocol, because this would be protocol like during a disaster event. The first thing you want to do is damage control or damage report.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So we ended last session with 3 momentum. Does that get knocked down for a new scene or anything?
Yeah, I'd say so. Because it's a new
Okay.
scene.
Would anyone mind if I took a momentum for an extra die here?
Nope.
It's fine by me.
Nope.
Okay. Try my new die. Let's see how this goes.
I like that look.
I rolled the 16, which is nothing. And then I rolled a 1 and a natural 20. So I got
Oh.
2 successes and a complication.
Okay.
Mm,
I'm gonna bank that as threat.
Oh, good.
Mostly because I'm low on threat and I need threat just for later. Uh,
Avery needs threat to live.
I need it to live. It's my lifeblood. Uh, um,
That makes so much sense for what I know of you.
Ow. I'm hurt.
How does
Okay.
it feel,
It
Avery?
was a compliment.
I know. Feels good. All right. All right. Okay.
But
So
I
the
did get 2 successes because I also rolled a 1, so.
yes. So you succeeded on the roll, which is good. Let me pull up notes. All right. So what you know, immediately that you know already, comms are down, turbolifts are down. Um, just by looking out the window at the view screen, I think I'll give you this, like your cochlear, there we go, implants can they usually can pick up the dull sound of the engine running, and that is gone. So you can assume that the warp core is down as well. Um, from Daru trying to check the sensors and check the external sensors, that they're down as well. Internal sensors are down too. You're sort of blind, so you don't know what's going on outside beyond what you can see out the view screen. Life support seems to be working, probably running on emergency auxiliary power. So are the lights, but the lights are dim, so they're using as little power as possible. Yeah. Any other questions?
Should get the
I didn't gain
license
any
plate of the
momentum
truck
from
that
that,
hit
so
me.
I don't want to.
What was that, Vico?
Get the license plate number of the truck that hit me.
I mean, technically, we do know the designation of the star, so.
I was gonna say, I think someone wrote that down somewhere. It's HD225301.
Nice.
Correct. Oh, just so you know, so of those things that I listed, basically the comms being down, turbolifts down, all of those, like the sensors being down, shields being down, because of Dave Evans' really good flying, I'm gonna let you pick one of those systems and say that they're working at minimal power.
Thank you, Dave Evan.
Thank you, Dave.
I am
I would
going
like.
to.
You're the captain. I was just going to say, I would like to have shields because there was a ship about to ram into us. But that is my opinion.
Okay, we've got 1 vote for shields. Anybody
Comms might
else?
be useful,
I think
but-
comms.
Because I was gonna say I'd go for
That's true.
comms, because
Comms
then I
maybe.
can at least tell people to fix things.
That would
Good
be
call.
my vote as well.
Good call.
Like
I'd
I would
rather
say if I
be
were
able to communicate.
Yes.
I also
Okay.
do like the idea of shields, though. Because I'd
Yeah,
rather not be able to talk than not have a ship anymore.
My question before I make that decision, Avery,
Okay.
is what does the talent on my sheet for the ship that says redundant engines mean?
That is for hang on, let me pull up the ship stats. I have them here. Redundant systems. So when the engine system becomes damaged or disabled, the crew may choose to activate the backups as a minor action. So I'm sort of playing fast and loose with like the ship rules right now. So but if you want to apply this talent because you picked it, you should be able to use it. I will say you can. that you can have. I'll let you have the engines running at minimal power as well, in addition to whatever system you pick.
I was just gonna ask if that would make it easier for us to get the engines back.
It would, yes, because
Okay.
the redundant systems will make it easier to repair.
Okay. Yes, then I'm gonna choose comms.
Okay. So the comms are a little staticky. You can maybe get a few decks down of comms. I'd say a range of like 2 or 3 decks. So you can't immediately. So you're having to rely on like personal communicators rather than the ship communicators. So that's why the range is a little limited. So it seems like if you want to talk to somebody, you have to go physically down to them.
So it's useless.
Or do the biggest, like, Chinese
Telephone.
whispers-esque. Yeah.
Game of
Yep.
telephone.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to Sigilla
Hey.
and say, Lieutenant, I would like you to make your way as quickly as possible down towards engineering and get Lieutenant Bursey working on getting our engines back up.
Aye, Captain. And then I guess this 7-foot-tall alien shimmies their way into a Jeffries tube.
Yep. Yeah.
So Jeffrey's tubes aren't like you're crawling through the vents. They are
They're pretty tight, though.
they're tight.
Some of them
but
can
they're
be
not,
some of them
like,
can be tight. Some of them can be big though. Some of them can fit. Like you can fit
You can
walk in them.
'cause they're
Yeah.
they're
Oh, that's true. I
engineered
guess we're
access
at the point. We're
So,
at the
Yeah.
point in the
They're
timeline where they need to be bigger.
yeah. So it's I think the ones from the bridge, especially like you walk up to beside the turbo lift. There's like a hatch that you pull open. And you can crawl down into, and there's like a ladder. There's like basically a tube ladder that goes down. It can go down a couple of decks. How are you getting there? Are you trying to get there as fast as possible, Sigilla? Are you gonna, what is your pace? There we go, that you're getting there.
Fast, but I'm also like, as soon as I'm within range of like comms range of the labs, I like have started to individually calm the handful of scientists that I actually think have a good head on their shoulders. I'm like, okay, here's the situation. And I give you free reign to do whatever you need to do to keep the other scientists from pulling dumb shit until we're out of this.
Okay. So the modular
Situla says it like fancier, but that's the
modular
legit.
laboratories are going to be on deck 8. So that's as far, and main engineering is on deck 36. So you have a hike ahead of you. Because you're going to have to travel through some of the decks themselves to get, because like you're basically you have to go here, then you have to go down this way, then back down, and then further
Okay,
down.
then while I am traveling through deck 8 and I stop at a couple of the scientists and like, Dr. Sess,
Yes.
we are running on very low power.
Yes, I can tell.
We are doing our best to solve the problem. I would like you, if you are feeling up to it, if not, there is no shame in saying no, that the shockwave left us all a bit rattled, and I kind of pat their shoulder a bit.
Yeah, their fur is a little spiked, but it's okay.
Like, but if you can, would you and the deputies please maintain order in the labs?
Yes, we can do that.
Wonderful.
I'll make sure of it.
If you need
Stay
to use phasers, keep them on stun, and I won't file any paperwork about it.
Oh no!
I don't think that would be necessary. No.
I don't think so either, but you never know with these people.
You can just hear the ghost of Mabrin Carice go, what the
What the fuck? Speaking of, you're in
Got enough
main.
wounds, eh? We don't need people being shot. Thanks.
So you're in main sick bay, Mabrin.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's deck 12, if I'm remembering correctly. Main sick bay, deck 12, yes.
Okay. I'm continuing down, but since I am within a couple decks of the sick bay, and I know that Dave Evan wanted someone to clue them in, I do a quick comm call about it too.
Okay. So yeah, Mabrin, you get a chirp on your comms, which have been dead ever since this happened. You're basically just doing your going about your normal business when the ship went.
Unless the ensign had managed to shimmy through the Jeffries tube before me, but we never established that. We just established that he couldn't get the.
No, he couldn't get the turbolift open, and then he just stood there, shrugged.
So as I passed,
He's still hitting it. He's still hitting it.
I definitely wouldn't have made him go further. I would have been like, okay, you maybe are a little more rattled than I thought. Just go sit down.
He does sit down. He goes like this. He's like, oh.
Lieutenant Commander Mabrin Carice.
Lieutenant Sitchler, finally! Is everything alright?
No.
Obviously, clearly not, but like, is everyone alright?
We established that life support is still working.
Minimal, but it is still working.
We have minimal life support, and our backup engines appear to be okay.
Yeah, I know very little about engines, so yeah.
Right now, we have
Where are you?
managed personal comms. I am moving through the Jeffries tubes from deck 9 to deck 10 at the moment. I need to get to engineering.
Right.
Just wanted to update you. Turbo lifts are down. If you need to move through the decks, it's Jeffries tubes or Act of God.
That sounds fine. Act of the Prophets, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Avery.
We may need to set up a bit of a, what's the term? A bit of a telephone tree, because right now we can't get comms to go past 4 decks.
That's fine. I can see if I can try and send some of the nurses through the Jeffries tubes and see if we can track down any wounded, because that was quite a rattle. Did the star just...
I can't see you, but I can guess what kind of hand motion you're making, and
Yeah.
yes, that's exactly what happened.
Right. Oh, science is weird. Right. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. Is everyone on the bridge all right? There's nobody who needs to be looked at. No
Nothing
injuries,
dire.
No concussions. That's not. That doesn't sound great.
Nothing. I was the worst injury, and I am walking fine.
That's not necessarily reassuring, Lieutenant Sitchler. But fine. Thank you for keeping me in the loop. Right.
Running into static. I will get back to you later. Bye.
This is
Like that's like the stick the phone out the window in the tunnel like strategy. Just
Yeah.
wake me up.
Did you
Can't
say
hear
that
you?
between
Bye.
decks 10 and 12? No, that's 9 and 10 of the Jeffries tubes. I will find you.
I will find you. It's a big ship. Good
Control
luck.
is like disconnect,
I will
disconnect,
find you.
disconnect.
Take a combat, just
Oh,
chuck it.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Yeah, yeah. So how many decks are on this ship, hypothetically speaking?
40, I think. Oh, over 40, I think.
Okay.
So main engineering is one of the lowest ones, and bridge is number 1. So, so as you're climbing down, you're gonna have to, I'd say around deck 9 is when you're gonna have to like actually travel through the deck itself to keep going downwards. And you get out, and you squeeze out of the Jeffries tube and into a dim, dark hallway. And it is you don't know why, but it is pitch black in here. So, and as you're walking, sorry, let me pull up my notes. First, let's see how quickly, like at your pace, make a difficulty 2 fitness security check for me.
Neither of those are very good for me.
So it's
How many dice am I rolling? 2?
2d20.
Alright. Okay, well, I got a 6 and an 18, so.
So just one. Okay. It's when it's taking you. I'm gonna let you succeed at a cost. So basically, that lets you succeed, but something will happen. As you're walking through, you have like sort of heightened senses as a Kelpian. You have like a sort of a danger sense, sort of, that has gone away slightly since you've gone through Varahai, but you still sort of have that innate danger sense. And there is the sound of a clicking behind you. What are you doing?
Would it be remiss of me to just straight up try and get him with my head stingers?
Which you have.
Which I have, being a Kelpian who's gone through Bahar-Eye. I think at this point I'm like, if I'm hearing clicking and I haven't heard someone call out Lieutenant, what the hell is going on? Then I'm pretty sure this is someone I don't want behind me.
Okay. Let me pull up your rules for the Varahai thing.
I think I kind of keep walking as casually as I can, but I'm keeping my sensors trained on them. On
Okay,
where the clicking is coming from.
Do you bring a tricorder or anything with you?
Yeah, I brought my full kit.
Okay. You I'm debating whether you have like a flashlight or anything with you as well. Would you think to bring one?
Probably.
Okay. I'll let you have it. This is Star Trek. It's not hard to get things, so there's definitely there's definitely like an emergency kit with a flashlight on the bridge. Definitely.
It's attached to the tricorder.
Yeah. No, usually they usually attach like right here. Or on the wrist, actually. They have like a little wrist thing.
Of like a phone flashlight, but yeah.
Yeah. So you turn around and you shine your light down the pitch black hall corridor, and you see nothing.
Okay. I very casually turn around and continue walking, but I am like continuing to see if I can sense whatever is causing the clicking.
Okay. You hear it again, and this time it's ahead of you. And it suddenly hear the thump, 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 as something is running towards you, and you shine your light towards, and you see this quadrupedal animalistic. No, it's not a Tholian.
Okay.
I wish it was. Now I really want to play Tholians.
I have Tholians on the brain because I just watched an episode that had them in it. So
very nice. It looks like I would say the closest approximation is probably a dog of some kind, but no way resembling a dog, only in quadrupedal shape, as it is sprinting towards you. It
It
has
looks like a dog, except it doesn't.
yeah. It has no face. It just has a maw. Sort of, if you've ever like, it's sort of Stranger Things esque. If you've ever noticed anything from Stranger Things, as it is running towards you. What you doing?
Straight up, I am going to shoot it.
Okay, make a roll. So this is going to be. Let me pull up the rules. I should have had this open up before. Okay.
I assume that if I'm bringing a full kit, I probably have a phaser on me too.
Yes.
So
So
I'm gonna keep the spines in reserve, and I'm gonna use my phaser.
okay. So you're gonna make a range attack. So that means a control plus security, with a difficulty 2.
What is my control score? Okay.
We have 1 momentum.
Can I spend a momentum to not
I'd
die?
like you to stay alive, please.
Yeah, can I spend a momentum to not die? Natural 1, a 10, and an 11, which are all below.
Okay. So
So-
that's 4 successes. So you gain 2 momentum.
Hell yeah.
And roll your phaser, which I can pull up for you if you don't have.
I don't. Yeah, yes, I do.
Should be phaser type 2. 3 plus your security.
Okay, so really, it says 5, and then the spines say 3.
So what's your security score?
2.
So that's 3 plus 2. So that's 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
5.
It did the math for you.
It did it for you.
Nice. I love that.
So yeah, so roll 5d6. Let me know what you got.
5d6. Oh, I forgot that's how we do damage in this game because it's been a while.
Yeah.
I was perfectly ready to be like, oh, so I do 5 damage?
So remember, 3s and 4s count as 0.
Okay, that's a 1, 0, a 2, and a 5 and a 6.
So that's 5 points of stress. How many stress did I give these guys? Okay. So 5 points of stress. So... All right. So you injure this thing straight off the bat. You shoot your phaser. You stun it pretty good, and it yelps, and collapses to the ground, and then slowly gets back up.
Oh, for fuck's sake. is the in character thing that Situla says.
Actually, I don't want to spend any threat to avoid an injury, so it's out for the battle. So
Oh,
you stunned it
okay.
again, so it's down.
I immediately so I'm still on deck 9.
Yes.
Okay. Then I immediately calm the person who I know I can get into contact with, which is Mabrin.
Okay.
Because everyone else I'm kind of not sure of. Like, Lieutenant Commander Mabrin Carice.
Yeah, so I want these nurses down this way and this Situla.
Hello. If you could run this up the chain since I am out of comm range. We do have hostiles on the ship now.
Okay, good to know. Right, nurses, please take phasers with you. Set damage to stun as much as possible, maybe a little bit higher.
I've heard a clicking noise. So I believe there may be at least 2 different types of creatures aboard, because I don't think this creature could have caused that. Is that a reasonable assumption to make? I don't think the big weird dog mouth thing
The
was
Boston
making
Dynamics dog.
Yeah. I don't think fleshy Boston Dynamics over here was making clicky noises. Or was that what you were setting up? Was it making the clicky noises and I'm just being dumb?
I'll give you this. It was making a few clicking sounds when it was running up at you.
Okay. I encountered a large quadrupedal creature with a mouth for a face. Very aggressive. I am unsure, given its behavior, if it is sapient or not, so there may be something in control of it. There also may not.
Good to know. Right,
So-
did you hear that? The nurses go, yeah.
Yeah. They all equip their phasers and they're all super nervous now.
Okay.
Probably
You
best to
are
move
at
in
a higher
pairs.
level than me. You might be able to reach someone on your staff if you're on deck 9 and you're getting all the way down to me on deck 12. So maybe one of your members of staff could go up and we could go down. The chain of communication. Because you are higher up the ship than I am.
Does sound reasonable.
I think we've got a med bay or 2 below us as well. Could be wrong.
Yes. There are medbay on deck 20 and then medbay on deck 31.
Right.
I will see to it, but I should also continue to engineering.
Would you like some backup with you? Would you like to
Would be
wait in
appreciated.
place? Right. Would you like to wait in place to see if the message gets to Daru, or would you like me to come with you? Avery's grinning.
I feel like if I wait here, I'm gonna get eaten.
Right.
Also, Situla is sort of in the mindset of like, I need to get to engineering. If someone wants to come with me, they gotta catch up.
Right, okay.
I mean,
so
Sigilla
it's like-
is 3 decks above you, so you can just wait outside of medbay and
Mm-hmm.
I'll come to you.
Alright. I'll come with you.
Okay.
Right, nurses, I want you to try and scan the decks as much as possible, see if you can find any injured. Phasers on you at all times, just in case you run into any creatures. For now, we'll say the chain of communication goes 3 floors, which is what we know. So if you can reach out to anyone and see if you can get the information back to me and maybe Lieutenant Situla. For now, I will leave. Who will I leave in charge? Are we in Alpha Shift?
Yes.
Yes. I will leave Jodie McCormack in charge.
Okay.
You got this, Dr. McCormack?
Aye, sir.
Good. Alright, let's move.
I have to admit, a little bit of Situla's logic is also Daru was literally just injured in our last mission.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
a little bit of like,
Didn't it take us a fair bit of time to get to where we are, though?
yeah, but it also took you a fair bit of time in, on like
In
bed
bed.
rest.
it did. Captain's whole thought process in sending Sigilla is A, Sigilla was the first person to speak up, and B, Daru just lost their shit.
Yeah. The
And Captain
was
does
very
not want
aware
to
of
let
those
Daru.
feelings.
Situla
Yeah.
is like by the time Daru hears about what happened, I will be enough decks away that they can't that they can't come charging recklessly after me, which I know they may try to do.
I
Yes,
also,
you know
as
them very well.
captain, have other plans for Daru
Okay.
in terms of like
Security things.
where I want people to be in an emergency, and climbing through the Jeffy tubes is not where I want my
Your chief of security.
chief tactical officer.
Plus, I know Mavrin can apparently throw down, so
Maverick is
I'm just like, I feel
almost
safe.
as good at combat as Daru is.
I feel safe with this weirdly buff doctor.
Those arms.
I don't know if I've got any other nurse or doctor who could come with me who'd be decent enough at combat, because I've done the better shift doctors, and I've started doing the delta shift properly, but I haven't gone into the background of the alpha shift yet. So I don't know who would be a good person to bring with me.
You can just make it up right now.
Yeah. I mean, Tashal Kar has the shifty past, so possibly him. I do not want to hurt the himbo.
Who does?
Everyone's wine aunts, lesbian, Vulcan, Takin, maybe.
Vulcans are always good to
Yes.
have. They're super strong.
That's
Yes.
true. But we've also got some of the better stuff might be open. Beta stuff might still be awake. It might be starting to be awake at this point. And I know.
I mean, if they weren't,
I'm
they are
already
now.
going to hear from Daru that this is
Yeah.
going to be fun, but Zata has had experience in combat.
I also assume that
Don't want to
Takin
hurt my
hates
space
me.
dads.
Takin does not hate you.
Oh,
Takin's
cool.
actually fine with you. It's Seville that hates you.
I knew that there were I knew there were Vulcans on the ship who did not like Situla at all.
No, Seville hates everyone because he's literally only here to avoid Ponfar. Because his wife is on board. So that's the only reason he's on the ship. It just so happens that he happens to be a doctor at the same time, and I can give him a job. That is it.
Doesn't want to be here.
That's
Doesn't really
amazing.
want to be here. He hates people. He hates this ship, but he's good enough at his job that I can ignore that. It's if I get complaints about his bedside manner for the 5th time that maybe he's out. We'll see. So yes, Seville hates you.
We'll move into a
Takin is the
research
wine-out
position.
lesbian.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I like
Takin
this guy.
is the wine-out lesbian who runs the meditation sessions for people of non-Vulcan races because Seville hates the fact that she's doing that. But she's down for doing that. So yeah, he complains to
Shit
me
is so
about
good.
the fact that she runs those meditation sessions for people. So yeah, she's fine. She's cool.
She's cool.
I love her so much just from this description you've given me.
Do we want her in the scene?
You can do.
I do kind of.
Why not lesbian? Let's
Don't
go.
hurt my space dads.
No. Okay. All right. So we'll have
And
the kid.
we're all very against any harm coming to
I'm
the
kidding. I'm
actors.
kidding. Space is dangerous. I know.
But here's the thing, Zata has been in combat for probably about the same amount of time that you've been alive.
That's what I was gonna
So-
say. For as long as Daru's been alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say Takin was with you, and Takin will volunteer to come with you.
Mhm.
Oh boy, I have
Nice.
to
Yep.
play
Cool,
a
let's
Vulcan. That'll be fun. All right. Aye, sir. All right. Yeah, you actually have to like pry open the med bay doors to open because they're not responding as well. Like you hit the button and they open up like slightly, and like you have to let the kid go in and go and open the rest of it. There's access to the Jeffrey tubes from med bay, so some of the nurses go straight through there. Let's see. Well, let's cut back to the bridge because I want to know what y'all are doing up there.
I have a question that, as in character, I feel like I would know. Out of character, I've got no earthly idea. Well, I don't know if I would know in character. Daru, did you say anything about seeing a ship?
Yes, I did before the star exploded. Also, I just rolled a Claros check to see how it's going, and I succeeded. So it was like a blast of holy shit, and then, okay, we're good.
Okay.
All right. So question for Avery. In the case of unidentified ship on a collision course and also other shit happening, would I feel, or would I know if this is an appropriate time to make use of the battle bridge or to split,
Have a battle bridge.
or to prepare to split the to detach the
Saucer.
saucer?
I would say, given the current power status of the ship and the amount, because it's like a very finicky coordination. You have to like have, you have to like, even with just the way comms are right now, it would be inadvisable because you can't really communicate between both sections of the ship.
Yeah. I
would-
wasn't saying like I want to separate them now, but like, would this be a situation where I would want to move command to the battle bridge?
Battle bridge is usually only
Would it be?
used whenever you separate. Is only used when you
Okay.
whenever you separate the, because it's just a secondary location to do the same things that you do on the bridge. So you don't necessarily, unless you're planning on using the saucer separation, then there's no point in using the battle bridge right now.
Alright. My
And
other question is,
yeah.
given the location of the battle bridge
Mhm.
and the fact that according to the whole one schematic that I have of our ship ish, it looks like it is in fact closer to everybody else than the main bridge. Would that
Do you want to use that as like a staging point for? Okay.
would that make communications easier for us?
I mean, it definitely will. So I have on my notes that the battle bridge is on deck 8, so that will definitely make things easier to communicate with sickbay, main sickbay at least, and then to get a chain of communication down to engineering. That would be that might be a
Excellent.
good idea. Might be a good idea.
Uh-huh.
It's not something I anticipated, but
Then I would like. This is what I get for looking at schematics of the ship for ages and then deciding not to do anything with them. Lieutenant Daru,
Yes.
head down to Battle Bridge and see what you can get running in there in terms of lights. And we will meet you there shortly. I have a feeling that being able to communicate across decks is going to be easier if we're closer.
Yes, sir. I will grab whatever.
And then I will send
standard
some
kit.
ensigns with Daru.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully, some who are better at engineering than Daru is.
Yeah, whoever was manning the engineering station is going with you, and
Yeah. Let's see.
Awesome.
Let me see.
make
who
up some
are-
NPCs for me, Avery.
Okay. Let's see. We've got Rivara Inat, she, her, Betazoid Ensign. She can come and help.
Send
So.
a Betazoid and down
That's
to
good.
occasionally just go.
Well, that is who is on staff. So
Usually, just blast her with feelings, but
Yeah.
The Betazoid
Daru
does
has it
the,
under
like,
control now.
the Betazoid
Daru
equivalent
has returned to very
of-
strict.
Mention.
Yes. But no, Daru has regained control of their Claros and is very stereotypical Orion stoic at the moment.
Nice.
Very good.
So I go crawling to the battle bridge, crawling, walking.
Same thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, quick question: what did you do, Situla? What did you do with the stunned body of that creature? Did you do anything with it?
I took some scans.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I absolutely did. Like
I mean,
while
you
I
can
was
log it
on.
down in one of the labs or something, and we can study it.
He's
So
only
I could do that.
stunned.
make
Anyway,
a reason
How long
science
do you think
check.
I'm not aware of it.
while I was like, as I was on comm telling Mabrin about the hostiles being on the ship, I was also like taking some very thorough scans.
All right. Yeah. Make a reason science check. Difficulty 2.
A 3 and a 5.
Okay. What are your focuses?
Protocol, anthropology, botany, genetics, composure, and xenobiology. I assume xenobiology
Definitely. So that's 4
applies
successes.
here.
So you gain
Nice.
2 again. What are you at? Just for my notes. 4? Okay.
4.
Yeah,
Okay.
that doubled us. That brought us up to 4.
Okay. All right. You get scans. This is a strange creature. It is you get immediately that this thing isn't carbon based life form. It is something called solanogen based.
I have definitely heard that, and yet I do not remember it.
Solanogen. So SOLANOGEN.
Oh yeah, no, I heard the word.
Oh, okay.
I've heard the term before. I just can't remember where I've heard it before. But Situla probably knows it.
Yeah, you definitely know that it's a molecule that is only found in subspace.
Oh no, did we rip a hole in subspace?
Oh, I
I
hate.
mean, a hole in our space to get to
I'm starting
subspace.
to hate this.
Oh dear.
Do you have any other questions? As science officer, you should get one for free.
Yep,
Yes, I should.
I think so.
I think because you are using a tricorder, so I think
Yep.
that means you get one for free. So what is it?
Does using a tricorder take the difficulty down?
Yes, I believe it does. I already accounted for that.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Like, I want to know. I'm trying. What would Situla want to know? Does it seem like it might be person level intellect? Is that something that I can gather?
You can scan its brain easily. I mean, it doesn't really have much of a brain. Like you're trying to you're guessing like I guess this is where its brain is. You are like it's such a strange alien life form, alien beyond this universe so far so much as and from what you can tell based on as an educated guess, you get this thing is barely more intelligent than like a bird or like any kind of animal. I shouldn't have used bird as an example because birds can be pretty smart.
Birds can be pretty smart, but so it's an animal.
Yeah, it's animalistic. Yeah.
How long does a stun work? Rough estimate.
Usually for as long as narratively convenient. So, but if I can,
That means we don't like how much threat Avery has right now.
it's never really it's never really said exactly how long. a stun lasts.
Okay, I give it like with one hand I give it like a little pat, like you're just an animal, you're not evil. And then I stun it again for good measure.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
And
yeah.
then I move on.
Okay. All right.
Situla is the person who jumped out of a ship into an unauthorized Eva walk in order to commune with something that ate starships. So
Yep.
Yep.
Are we
This is
surprised
why I
at
hired you.
Are we disappointed regardless?
I love that that's like an up point for you because it was a down point for the rest of Starfleet.
Okay. So yeah, so you meet up with Mavrin. It's still pitch black, and you still some occasionally hear that clicking sound. But nothing seems to jump out at you yet. But you do reunite with Mavrin on deck 12.
Lieutenant
Who's
Commander
looking
Mavrin
backwards?
Carice.
Lieutenant Situla, who's walking backwards to see what's coming behind us? Sounds like it's me. Fair enough.
I mean, I guess. So fascinatingly, I think the creatures that are on our ship have come from subspace. They appear to be selenogen-based life forms. Animals, so
Yeah.
either they're here accidentally or someone brought them here. But fascinating stuff.
You are
Okay,
also
I'm gonna sound like a very bad nerd here, but what does subspace mean?
so there's space, right?
Yeah.
And then there is subspace, which is it's basically it's another dimension
Right.
connected to our universe that we use that things travel faster than the speed of light in subspace. So that is how we are able to communicate vast distances as if it were nothing.
It's the Star Trek internet.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Pretty much. The phone is going nuts. All right. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically like the Star Trek internet.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's what they use to it's what makes warp travel possible. Basically, they utilize subspace to go faster than light, pretty much. It's just like another dimension, pretty much.
Okay. So we've
No
got
big
an
deal. We just
interdimensional
have to
being
explore
on
another
our ship.
dimension.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I suppose we'll only find out what's going on once we get the ship back in order. So that means engineering.
Right.
Let's go.
All right.
And I
so
guess
yeah.
I'm walking sort of backwards, sideways, sort of crab walking, just keeping an eye on anything that might be coming behind us.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you both to make a fitness security check.
Still not great at those.
This is basically the equivalent of a stealth roll.
Oh.
Difficulty 2.
We have momentum.
Bit late for
We
that.
do.
Already rolled.
Indeed.
Do you want to take one,
Fitness
Vico?
security, you said?
I kind of want to take one because my fitness security score is 10.
Take one.
Ooh. We
Tikin
need
is-
to work on that.
Tikin is
Situla.
rolling as well.
Yeah. Situla is like in the back of her mind going, okay, I guess we're hitting the gym with Daru again.
And when Daru finds out about this, Daru is going, yes, we're hitting the gym again. And we'll drag you if they have to.
Aw, shucks.
Is
So I
that
got
an
a
actual-
10,
Okay.
That's a
but I
success.
also got a 16 and an 18.
Okay. That's
Oof.
okay.
I got a 10 and a 19, so I have one
Oh
success.
no!
One from
Yeah.
you. Tikin rolled 2 successes.
Oh,
so
I
that's-
love her so much. I'm glad we brought her with us. Don't make me
That's-
regret this, Tikin.
So that is not quite like I was gonna like average the rolls together and see if you all like basically you you failed. I don't know why I'm dancing around that
So we did bad.
It's
You-
fine. We did
you
awful.
failed. Yes. All right. As you are climbing down, you hear those clicks again. The and it sounds almost like sort of like the cracking of branches, like snapping of twigs almost. And you notice behind you there's a brief flash of light and a portal opens up behind you, Mavrin, that you see.
Oh no.
Okay.
And stepping through, and because this character is this NPC has a special trait, can't remember the name, but it gives me threat whenever they enter the scene. I'm gonna give myself 2 threat.
I don't
Oh,
like that. I
no.
don't like hearing
Oh
that.
no.
It is this hulking quadrupedal beast is the best word that I can describe it as. Well, it's quadrupedal, but it also has 2 arm-like structures on its side. So it's sort of like centaur-like, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
So is
No.
it quadrupedal with arms? So there's actually 6 limbs, or is it?
Yeah,
just...
so there's 6 limbs.
Okay.
So yeah.
I want you to know that I'm imagining from Monster Factory plays Spore.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. And it is no face as well, just a toothy maw, and it just clicks at you. As it starts rearing towards you.
Oh, well,
There
this
isn't
one is a
such a
bit
thing as
bigger than
rolling
the
for
other one I
initiative.
saw.
You both talked at the same time. What did you say, Mavrin?
So I guess there's no point in. There's nothing so much as rolling initiative for this then.
So there is sort of initiative. You get turns on your end, which you decide how to do, like in any order you like. And then once you finish your turn, I go, and then you go again. With
Right.
however NPCs I have. So
We can also spend momentum to keep initiative on our side, if that
That's true.
becomes
Right.
pertinent.
you can only do that, I think, once before it has to
Yeah,
take a turn.
once per scene.
Once,
Or yeah, sorry, not once per scene. Once before you have to give the initiative to the other person.
All right. So I will give initiative to you because this is our first real combat scene. So I'll give initiative to you. So whoever wants to go first can go first. Whoever deigns. If you, I'll let Takin let you control what she does and stuff like that. So
I am the closest, aren't I?
you would be, yes.
Yup. Oh boy. Right, so definitely isn't stopping, definitely isn't.
It came out of this portal charging, so it is charging towards you.
Okay, alright. Capoeira, Bajoran, fighty style. Try and give it
Yes.
a kick.
All right.
Try and just kick it back, so in order for the other 2 to catch up.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull up. There we go. All right. So you will need to make. This is going to be a contested roll, I believe.
Mhm.
Yep. So daring security. As
Yeah,
opposed
okay. Not dreadful.
It's daring security.
We have 3 momentum.
I would like to spend a momentum to get an extra die, please.
We now have 2 momentum.
Okay.
Difficulty 1.
So not too bad then.
Too bad. Okay.
It's a contested roll, so it's actually versus however many successes Avery gets.
I'm gonna spend a threat to gain an extra die.
Oh, great.
At least she's using them here.
That's true.
Ooh, not great though.
Right. I rolled a 5, an 11, and a 16. My daring
How-
score is 12, so that is 2 successes.
All right, that's 2 successes from me as well. You take
Ooh.
on ties. You win. The one
Okay.
taking initiative wins. If I'm correct in that assumption, right, Moon?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you can deal your stress. So it's unarmed. So it's 1 plus your security score.
It's 4.
All right. So wow.
So 46.
46.
Out they come. Right. Yep. Okay. I have a 6, a 5, a 0, and a 2.
Okay. So that's
So that
4.
is 4 with 2 things.
All right.
4 with 2 effects.
I'm trying to remember if you can do. Let me check the unarmed strike. If I can remember where that is.
So I'm pretty sure you can use.
Knockdown.
No, I always get momentum and effects mixed up in this instance.
Hang on. I will find this.
I think you can use effects to get knocked down.
Yes.
But I'm
So the
not
effects.
100% sure.
So yes. So knockdown. If one or more effects are rolled on this attack, then the target is knocked prone. The target may resist this effect by adding a number of points to threat equal to the number of effects rolled. For NPCs, spend points of threat instead of adding to threat. So I don't feel like spending threat to prevent it from being knocked down, so I will let it be knocked down.
Okay. Nice.
You run up this thing is hulking. This thing takes up most of the corridor that you are in, and it is chittering and clacking at you as running towards you, and you just run up and just kick it, and it hits the side of the corridor and falls down to its knees, and it is starting to get back up to attack again. Sigilla, what are you doing?
I shoot it.
All right. Let me make sure. Let me make sure how prone works. All right, so you're shooting it. So make a control plus security task. Difficulty 2. And because Mabrin is in reach of it, the difficulty increases by 1.
I feel like I should buy a die.
No, sorry. The difficulty doesn't increase, but the complication range does increase. My bad.
Right. Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't buy a die. I don't want more chances to get a crit fail.
We have 2 momentum, and you have an additional doctor with you, so.
That's true.
That is true.
I will buy a die.
All right, we're
Roll
down to
3.
1 momentum.
Okay. Rolling winners here, an 11, an 11, and a 7. Those are all.
Nice.
Cool. All right, so you gain 1 momentum
Nice.
and roll your 5d6. You just had them.
Yeah, I did.
But you might want some different d6s this time.
Okay, that's 2 4s, a 2, a 3, and a 6.
So 2 and
Oh, a
6.
3 is like a nothing, right?
Yeah, 3's a
3
nothing.
is 0, so that's
2 and a
3
6.
with 1 effect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, 2, 3. All right. I don't think there's any effects you can do with. I don't think there's any. You have to. So the way combat works is you can do a minor action and then a full action. So minor actions usually like move and stuff like that, or you can charge your phaser to like get a charged shot towards it. I don't know if that's something you wanted to do because I can let you retcon because it's our first time playing.
Oh, yes, I think
Charging
I'd like
it-
to do that.
Yeah, hang on, let me pull up the charge.
Vico wants to
I
take the
believe you can
phaser
do-
off of stun, but Situla would not do that. So
Mhm.
You can do wide beam, or you can do. I think you can give it the vicious one quality, which would pierce through 2 armor.
it looks
That
like
might not be
my
for humans, though.
phaser,
Yeah.
if it's charged, I can get the effects of area, intense, or piercing.
Piercing 2 or
Piercing,
vicious
that's
1.
what I meant, not vicious.
Vicious 1, no.
Yeah, it's
charge,
both.
You can.
Cool.
Really?
Intense, yeah. Intense does the cost to avoid an injury
Ah, yes.
caused by an intense weapon increases by 1 for each effect rolled. So, how many effects did you roll?
Just one.
Okay. So you can either do piercing 2 or vicious 1, or area or intense. Which one would you like to do?
Does
Not
this
sure
guy
I
have any
understand.
armor?
Are you shining? This is a weird question. Are you shining your flashlight on it?
Yes.
Okay, then no, it does not.
Oh.
Do they have
weird.
armor when they're in the dark?
No.
So piercing doesn't do anything because piercing is what you use to get through armor.
Okay, then I'm gonna
Don't
go
worry
with
about
vicious.
piercing.
Okay, so you do an extra point of damage. All right. Okay, that's both your turns. Do you want to spend momentum to keep the initiative, or do you want? Are you? Is it okay if I go? Is it okay if I go? I really want to kill you guys.
What about
When
Kin?
is Tikin going?
Oh, Takin, that's right. What would you like her to do?
Kin hasn't kicked any ass yet.
She can pull out a phaser and make a roll.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Who's rolling?
I'll roll. Trying to figure out how good she is at. She's probably pretty good at control, but probably not super security. I'll
No.
give her like a 12 to roll under. That sounds fair.
Yeah.
So she pulls out her phaser as well. She's gonna charge it and take a shot. Okay. Wow, both 2 successes.
Nice.
Nice.
So she is going to roll. It's charges.
If she's using the same type of phaser as me, then it's 5, because her security is 2, which mine is as well. So
Yeah. Okay. So 5.
Bearing in
dice.
mind, I've got a 12 for my combined control and security, and I've got a 9 and a 3. So it's up to you which way would you rather.
Yeah, I
rather
think
do a 10 or
her.
2 or
Yeah, I
oh,
think
that's
her
true.
control is higher. So I think she has like a 11 control. So then she only rolls 4 dice. Then
Wah, wah.
womp womp. That's fine. Pull up the stats.
Can you have an 11 in your points?
11 in what?
In your attributes, can you have an 11?
Yes. The highest
Yeah,
you
I
can have
can
is
go up
12.
to 12.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay, that's 2 effects, and that's about it. So, 2, she's gonna go for vicious as well, and do 2 additional points of damage. So, boom, boom,
Nice.
boom, boom. Damn, you've really hurt this guy a lot. It
We're stunning
staggers.
it. We're stunning
yeah,
it.
it takes another hit. It's taken 2 full charge stun shots at it, and it's still up. This is a beefy boy. So it
Quite resilient.
quite resilient. It shrugs off the stun and starts to stand up. Unless you want to keep your initiative by spending momentum.
Kaya's shaking her head. Then
We only have 2 momentum, so if you want to be able to, like,
Not die.
defend yourself well from it charging at you, I'm gonna recommend not.
fine.
All right. So the first thing it's going to do is take a full swing at you, Mabrin.
Can I duck?
Well, let's see. Let's see if you duck. Make a contested, daring security roll.
2 dice?
2 dice. Yes.
2 dice.
Unless you'd like to spend a momentum.
I am spending threat
Bit
again, or
later
should
for
I?
rolls.
Okay.
If you didn't tell Avery the results, you could still roll another dice. I'm making up rules as I go.
I don't know if I'll be alright for it though.
What am I rolling? Under 3. Okay,
Do you,
1.
do you want me to take momentum and not die?
I kind of want my
Yeah.
CMO to live. I don't know. This is this wild thing. Survival?
Alright, okay, alright.
Also be my
I've used the
preference.
momentum, and I've rolled again, and it did well.
Okay. How many successes do you get?
2 successes.
I got 3.
Yep.
So I gained a threat.
Fear
Yep.
emoji.
Yep.
All right. You take. Hang on.
I'm already down 2 stress.
Yeah.
How long until daughter gets there?
Oh, sorry. 1 second.
I know, it'll be a while. They're crawling through Jeffrey's tubes right now.
Okay. You take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of stress, which is an
Oh.
injury.
No.
So
That
you're
takes me
yeah.
down to about 7.
So right off the bat, so that's
no.
this thing slams you against the wall, and the breath is knocked out of you.
19. Look, I've used 19 stress. I've got 5 left.
Oh boy.
If I've done that right.
You can use momentum to avoid an injury.
You can use 2 to avoid an injury, or
We don't have 2
determination.
momentum anymore, do we?
And you do not.
We don't have 2 momentum anymore.
No.
Oh, you could use a determination.
Do we have that?
Just
don't
don't
have
like
point-
the idea of the CMO being unconscious.
That's fine. It happens.
Ah!
Is
That was
everyone
both
always
from
collectively
Moonlight
down
and Daru.
12 stress points.
Ow!
So your
you-
stress reset after.
No, because we had 2 from the collision, but the character always starts on 12 stress.
So you have a number of stress equal to your security plus your fitness.
Ah, yeah, 12.
So you've
Yeah,
taken
so-
2 plus 5, so you have 5 left, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What
Alright.
does it mean?
What does it mean? All right, so you get slammed into the wall, and your breath leaves you, and you collapse to the ground. Sigil, you can tell Mabrin is hurt. Mabrin, feel definitely a few broken bones. A
Yep.
rib moved out of place. Not good.
Yep.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay. I switch my phaser out of stun.
Ooh. Okay.
That gives you a free threat, just so you're aware.
Does it?
But also,
It does.
it's
It does.
valid option at this point.
Is that something you do?
It's a
You
very
can.
valid option at this point.
It's up to
Yeah.
you. You take it off stun.
Yeah.
So I gain. Do I gain 2 threat? Or
1.
1.
I think.
1. Okay.
I think it's 1.
Okay. Right. Okay. You slammed against the wall. You are now on the ground. You are effectively out of combat right now
Right.
because you are injured. You need to be healed before the end of the scene, or else you
Okay. All right, cool.
Die?
Can I
What?
get myself?
Um,
I've got my medkit on me.
You are unconscious
Yeah.
at this point, however.
Am I unconscious?
Hang on. Injury.
I think that's what an injury does.
Uh,
Or no, I guess not unconscious, just out of combat. So
Yeah.
that'd be-
So, but you cannot attempt any
Absolutely.
tasks. So someone else. So I think.
This is
It-
why you brought another doctor.
Yeah, you have another doctor with you, thankfully. So, and she has a med kit as well. So she is going to look at you as a minor action, Sigilla, and say, "Give me covering fire," and will sprint towards you, Mabrin, and it's going to try and pull you out and do a first aid action on you.
Eh.
So she's going to do a daring medicine. I'm going to assume her medicine's 5 because she's a full-fledged doctor.
Yep.
I absolutely love the concept of combining daring and medicine.
Just take a hyper spray. Just
Some Doctors Without Borders shit right there.
yeah.
Right.
All right. Difficulty 1. Do you want a momentum to be spent for this to save the doctors?
Yes,
or...
please.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to spend my last momentum to heal my CMO.
All right. So I'll give this a 15 to roll under, and assuming her focuses, whatever she has will apply.
She certainly has a focus in xenobiology.
For sure.
Yeah. Bajoran hearts are weird. They're like upside. They're like sideways.
Yeah. All right. So gain 1 momentum. I also rolled a natural 20.
Ah!
No.
So I'm debating how I want to do this.
I'm quitting the stream.
You just
Avery, if you
hang up.
kill Maverick, I'm
Like,
quitting.
Nico's gone.
For a
No, I
minute.
can't.
About.
I can't kill you because you succeeded, so I can't kill you.
Okay.
So we keep Vico for another
I'm
20
alive,
minutes.
but I'm close enough that I can't help the fight.
Yeah.
I'm just sat there going.
Yeah, you are in excruciating pain. You haven't felt this kind of pain since the Dominion War, I don't think.
Y'all, broken ribs are not fun.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay. Let's see. What happens? What wonderful thing can I do with my natural 20?
You sound far too excited about this, babe.
I'm very excited. Let's see.
She thrives on threat. I said this.
It's true.
I think the beast is gonna get another swing at Tikin. Is gonna like bear down and just swing straight down on her. Because it's a complication, I'm gonna say that she doesn't get a chance to because she's too busy focusing on getting you out of there. She's gonna take the hit.
Can I try and grab her and pull her down? If I'm like vaguely awake for this.
I'm
Do I get a
also
reaction to try and
shooting.
pull her out a bit?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm literally watching. I literally cannot look anywhere but up at her, and I see a tail swish.
Because this is only a complication, and this is also something that I would say you could do that if you had the momentum to spend, but I'm only gonna roll 2d6 instead of the
Okay.
full 4 that I was gonna roll.
That's fine. Yeah, you carry on.
So
She's
It's
strong.
not-
She
yeah.
can take it.
yeah, it'll be fine. Ooh,
She's a
Okay.
broken. She's fine.
Oh,
yeah,
she
she's
won't.
fine. No, she's fine. She takes 2 hits, 2 points of stress, which I will mark. I don't know how much stress I'll give her. I'll give her 10 for now.
For
So-
now.
For now. So mark up 2 stress for her.
She'll
And
be down 4 because of the everybody on the ship took.
that's true.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have told you that.
Actually, thought that we only took stress if we failed that one roll.
Yeah, some of us
Yeah.
succeeded on
Because I
the
succeeded, I don't have
failed.
any stress.
roll. Yeah.
I'll say she's a
Well, that's
Vulcan.
nice.
I'll say she succeeded, so I'll give her those 2 stress back.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
So yeah, so basically what happens is first Mabrin, you get slammed, and then
Mhm.
Tikin runs in and it sees its chance to get another one and tries to claw at Takin, and it manages to scrape her shoulder, but she manages to grab you, stick a hypo spray in your neck to like dull the pain, and pull you back. Sichilla, you're taking you're shooting it.
Yeah, I've been laying down covering fire and also yelling.
Ah!
Not like scared yelling, but like, look over here, pay attention to me.
Okay. Make your roll. Difficulty 2. Control security.
So 15 and a 4.
Okay.
So a 4 does it, and a 15 does not.
Okay, let me see what happens on a failure. I think you just miss. Alright, yeah, you just miss. You whiff a little bit. Actually, you don't miss. You hit it square in the chest, but it just seems completely unaffected by it.
I like that even less.
Yeah.
Alright, and those are all of your turns, so now it is, unless you want to try and keep the initiative, which I'm not sure you can. I think you
No.
need two. Okay. So it is
But
going
I am
to...
still yelling and trying to get it to pay attention to me and not the 2 people who are injured.
Okay. It turns its head to you, and it opens its mouth, and this blue beam goes shooting out towards you.
No.
Shit.
I will spend a threat that you so thankfully gave me to get an extra die.
I
not
don't like this.
Not contested because it's a ranged attack. So. Okay. That's 3 successes, so I gain 1 threat back. And you take...
I don't like the sound of that many dice.
Avery, you're killing me.
It's only 5.
Oh no.
5.
Roll 3s and 4s. Roll 3s and 4s.
No.
This is not good.
It sounds like that's not what happened. Oh
2, 4, 6, 7, 8 points of stress.
no!
It.
Oh no!
Okay.
Hey. That's all my stress, Avery. Am I dead? Avery, am I
Lucius,
dead?
you're not having a good time.
No. No, you're not. You're just injured. You're just injured.
Even though that's all it's stress? That's all their stress? It's stress.
I think, if I remember correctly,
Frantically Google the rules for dying in Star Trek Adventures.
I know it's very unforgiving and I am very scared right now.
The extended silence is not helping.
Avery,
No,
am
it's
I
not.
dead?
It's not. It's really not helping.
okay. I'm debating whether or not, because technically you gained an injury just from taking 5 points of damage. And I think you gain another injury when your stress track fills out.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, if you take more than 1 injury, you die, if it's a lethal attack. And this thing does not particularly care about keeping you alive. But I also don't want to kill you this early in the campaign.
Does any of our doctors have determination that they can use here?
No.
You can use a determination to avoid an injury. You can use a determination to avoid injury, and then you will only be injured.
Do we have determination?
You have you
Yes,
start
you have
every
determination
session.
You have
for every
spend a
session.
value.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm using that.
Which value are you using?
Which of my values?
It doesn't have to.
The
It
captain
doesn't.
give an order to stay alive?
You don't need a value. You actually don't need a value to use for this one. You can just use it at a
All right.
point of determination.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
That was terrifying.
You okay there, Moon?
All
Yes, I'm
spells
good.
require value to be invoked according to my cheat sheet.
All right, so you avoid injury. So this beam hits you square in the chest, and you just it. Your first initial thought is fascinating because this is you can tell by the energy and like the readings on your tricorder, like start going nuts. You're being hit with a tetrion beam,
Oh no!
and
Okay.
it just knocks you backwards, and you fall flat on your back, and you're just like, ugh. Just your energy is sapped. You are. It's not like the beam that hit Daru last mission, but it is. It's probably worse than what Daru got hit with.
That makes me feel loads better.
Probably.
It is worse. So yeah, you are down. You are injured, but you are not dead. So, and that was its turn. So Takin is going to.
So I do have a question.
Yes.
Because we had the chunk of time where Sichla was crawling through Jeffrey's tubes. How long after Sichla left did the captain send me through the Jeffrey's tubes? So when am I going to get to the point where I stumble across this scene?
That's true.
You wouldn't, because you'd be on deck 8 and we're on deck 9.
The battle bridge is
And
on
we're coming
8?
From deck
Yeah,
1.
Battlebridge is on 8.
Battle Bridge is on 8. Yeah. So
Darn
you would
it!
be in comms range, but not.
Oh, wait, are we on deck 12? Because you met me in medbay.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah.
You're in. I would say yeah, deck 12.
Oh, fine.
I'm
So
sorry.
you'd be in comms range, but you wouldn't run across this.
I'm trying to think without metagaming it what Daru would do when they got to the bridge. They would probably
mind-
just focus on fixing the engineering problems. So
Bearing in mind, we did send a message up that said we've got intruders, we've got something
Yes, I will
hanging
say you
around,
definitely know
and
that
Sichla
they're
had found
as-
it on deck 9.
yeah. So Daru, you would know that. So now it's up whether you're gonna defy orders and keep going downwards.
I know,
Or-
that's the question.
I would also like to just gently remind Daru that they have an entire staff of security people
Yes. The question Daru
that
is
they
facing
can deploy.
Yeah. It's just, okay, Daru doesn't know that Sichla is in danger, so Daru is going to send security team to. All of the decks are going to be covered to some extent, now that they are aware that there are hostiles, but they themselves will stay on the battle bridge and follow orders. But they
so
do
to-
send probably 2 officers too, where they
Okay.
know the hostile was found.
All right, 2. All right. So Takin, for her minor action, is going to tap her comm badge and says, "To anyone in range, we are currently in distress," and it will continue pulling.
So Vulcan. Amazing.
So Vulcan.
And I will say, Daru, you do get that. You do get that message.
I will just respond. I sent the team your way about however long ago it was. They should reach you shortly. Do you need
Thank
me
you.
to get in touch with medical?
I am medical. And she continues.
Well,
Color-
Okay,
I love her.
still laughing. The doctor says, "Yes, I'm aware, doctor. What I was trying to convey was, are you all right? Do you need more medical help?"
Any medical assistance would be greatly appreciated. As she's trying to pull
I
pull
sort
you
of yank the
back.
comm badge down and say, Daru, for the love of God, for the love of the prophets, send more doctors and send more security staff. This thing is big.
Understood. I will send 3 more security staff your way, and we'll try and get in touch with medical, and we'll proceed to do so.
Yeah, this whole time you're hearing this clicking sound coming from the other end of the comm, and it is just unsettling. All right, so Takin is gonna just use her full action to just drag backwards, and just hope that this thing won't follow. Will she do that? She's debating between shooting at it to try and get it down, or pulling you out. So it's because she's an NPC, I will let y'all decide what she does.
Bearing in mind we know that the phasers haven't seemed to have worked on this creature.
Not very much, yeah.
It does seem it has been affected by them. You definitely have done damage to it, and it is hurt.
But not much.
You can't exactly tell. Yeah, you can't exactly tell.
I was gonna say, while Sigil is laying there staring up the ceiling, can I start doing calculations in my head to figure out what the fuck might actually cause
You just almost
something?
died.
Sigil just keeps on going.
To be
But
fair,
when you're injured, you can't
really
do
do.
tasks,
He
though.
really does.
We're having a lot of crosstalk. Rue, what were you saying?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was
What were you
about to
saying?
say, Sitchler, we are almost dead. We probably need to leave. We cannot physically do anything right now. I like the idea we're having this conversation across corridor. Like, we need to go.
All right. So yeah, she's just
I
gonna
was
pull you
gonna
back.
say that I wanted Sitchula to do that, and then I remembered when you're injured, you don't get to do tasks.
No,
So
unfortunately. All right.
Sitchula
So yeah.
is just kind of staring at the ceiling, going, "Oh, fuck."
All right.
That's
So Tikin's gonna pull back, and pull you back towards you, Sitchula, and as soon as she's able to, she's gonna try and heal you as well. I think. Yeah, you're so Mabrin, you're stabilized, but you still can't do anything. You're still injured, but you're just stabilized from injury. Sort of like in
Can I
D&D
walk?
terms. What? Can you walk?
Can I walk?
Um,
Sorry, can
I'd
I
say
walk?
with 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 assistance, yes. With Tikin's assistance, yeah, you can probably walk.
Alright, okay. Alright, make it a little bit easier for Tikin then, because I'm assuming they have to drag 7-foot Kelpie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sitchula, yeah.
She has you on one arm and is dragging Sitchula with the other one.
Mhm.
Work on your bedside manner.
Hey!
Okay.
I'm talking to Tikin. I'm being literally dragged.
I mean, maybe
So-
we could attempt to find and carry if you want.
Oh my god, that would be great to see. It's going to I'm trying to trying to think of a reason why this thing wouldn't chase you, but it would chase you. So it's going to chase you, and it's going to take a swing at Tikin again.
Where's the security team?
They're coming.
They're coming!
All right. So this is a melee, so it's going to be contested, which means I'm going to be rolling 2 times. So we roll for the monster first.
I want Tikin to use our last momentum to take an
Okay.
extra dice.
Okay, that's 2 successes
like
for the beast.
The last uninjured person in this trio.
I'd like her
Stay
to
alive?
stay up.
Otherwise, we're gonna be weekend at Bernieing this shit, and I don't think that's
Oh,
a great
gosh.
strategy.
Oh gosh.
I don't
Avery,
like
what
the
does
look
that-
on your face.
I don't
So-
like the expression you just made.
She's going to use one of her values. I don't know which value it is, but she will definitely have a value that involves, staying alive.
Staying alive?
So she's going to re-roll a die. And
She's-
Gosh.
She's a big Bee Gees fan.
yeah. All right. She succeeds. So
Oh. Go ahead.
okay. She it takes a swing, and she manages to quickly duck and keep moving.
Determined
and-
little fucker, aren't ya?
Yeah. And as it starts to
Sigil
go,
is being dragged along, shit talking it from the ground.
The last
And-
time Sichelo was this badly injured was in a bar fight with Klingons. This
Yeah.
is This is what Sichela does.
So it's going to try and take another swing towards Dekin, but there's 2 phaser shots from behind. Nail it right in the back. It like it chitters and it looks behind, and there's 2 security officers there, and it looks between y'all, and it suddenly this portal opens up again. This flash of light, and it disappears.
Okay.
Ah,
No.
It's gone.
Coward.
Don't like this.
do not like this at all.
Shh.
All right. With that, we ran over a little bit, so why don't we go on a break?
Hey.
So we'll be right back
Ah.
with more Star Trek Adventures right after this break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. So we'll be right back. And we're back.
It is 1 a.m., my dudes.
It's 1 a.m. Let's get fucking lit.
Let's not die.
Yeah,
Much more
let's
concerned about
not
characters not
die.
We
dying.
weren't supposed to die.
Okay.
You didn't die.
Almost.
Yet.
Almost. All right. So, we just left off from a big ol' battle of between two doctors and a science officer and a large quadrupedal beast of some kind from another dimension. Y'all managed to get away, or it ran away pretty much after it seemed to have been outnumbered in its eyes. Let's jump back up to the bridge and see what we're doing up there. What are we doing?
Oh man.
Have we gotten word that there are intruders on the ship?
Yes, you would have gotten
Okay.
word by now.
Okay. So I will trust that Daru is distributing security staff fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And presumably, Starfleet has some kind of like procedures for when things like this happen.
Okay.
And we would be following those.
We definitely would be.
Presumably.
One can only hope.
Oh, I will go ahead
I
and guarantee
am-
that.
Well, yeah. I am migrating bridge crew to the battle bridge because it is physically closer to the rest of the ship. And given our current communication range of 3 to 4 decks, being on deck 8 is a lot better than being on deck 1. So, the way we're moving is kind of like every couple of people will let us know when they get to about deck 4, and then I'll send the next person or couple people through the Jeffries tubes to
Okay.
start making their way down.
We're playing shoots and ladders with the crew.
Pretty much, yeah.
With
Yes,
the
shoots and
goal
ladders.
being that I keep Dave Evan at the helm on the main bridge until the very last. He goes, lets me know when he's at deck 4. I follow.
Okay. Why don't we flip to like that moment of getting around David and you're climbing down to deck 4, and you just manage to land just outside the Jeffries tubes, heading towards the next set.
Okay. So what is
Because
like
that
going
maintains
on?
us in communication range.
Mhm.
I just want to be clear that like that way none of us is out of communication range with anyone.
Okay. And what were you
So-
saying?
I will then like let the captain know that I've reached deck 4.
Okay.
In one piece. And so what am I like seeing around me when I get there?
It is pitch black. I think it
Mhm.
was definitely be related to you that it's like there is an occasional glow of the red alert that kind of like makes it illuminated for like a split second and then it goes dark again.
Mhm.
So it's definitely not unsettling at all. The decks are mostly abandoned. There are a few people sitting there like who have like pried themselves out of their quarters or out of their offices and are like looking around confused as to what to do. So yeah, that's sort of what you see.
Cool. Okay. Well, what am I doing at this point?
You got this.
Yeah, well, I'm not having a great time. The ship got jolted around quite a bit and I've just climbed through tubes, which even if they're of a decent size, I'm presuming that like given the nature of how many floors I had to get down, that wasn't exactly the most athletically simple feat. I've ever done in
No.
my life.
It's
So I'm
quite
probably
a hike,
limping
yeah.
pretty good at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And how much of that is physiological and how much of that is psychosomatic is not entirely clear. Uh, so that's going on, and I think the priority is going to be like just getting to the next objective was the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Getting to the battle bridge, I think it's called. This is the part where the fact that I am the least knowledgeable on Star Trek really shows through. So I'm gonna head down for that, and I'm gonna try and like keep an eye on my surroundings and see if there's anybody around me who seems like they're in trouble. Just making sure that the people who are like milling around aren't like that they seem good.
They seem very confused and a little frightened. You actually walk past an area. You like, are you telling people to come with you? Are you letting the people stay where they are?
I don't think I would want to let them stay where they are.
Okay.
Just because I don't know what's unstable and what isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it doesn't seem like anything is unstable, the question is definitely going to be pretty forefront on my mind of like, how close is all of this to just sort of coming crashing down? So I'm probably not going to let them stay where they're at.
Yeah, there's also the
I'm
added.
at
There's
least
also
gonna
yeah. There's also an
heavily
added.
encourage that they come with.
Yeah, and they will come. There's a few security guards there too who like are like we're doing kind of like field like assessing threat assessment, and now they're sort of leading the way. They have their phasers out.
Yeah, I'd definitely have mine out as well.
Yeah, you're walking, and I'd say you're in like the front of the group, and there's a bunch of officers and civilians as well, because there are some civilians on the ship. And then another like being flanked by more what's the word, security guards. And you from the front you hear a holy shit, and you hear a phaser fire.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
And
Well.
you hear that clicking sound that you've been hearing over the comms. And ahead of you as well, there's another set, another. It seems like the smaller quadrupedal, dog-like creature that is coming towards you, and it like you watch as it runs towards you. It disappears in like this small portal opens up in front of it. It disappears, and then it reappears above you, and it's coming down straight towards you.
Oh shit. Okay. Boy.
I want you to look at my face that I'm contorting to make you see.
Yeah. Myself as well. Okay, how much reaction time do I have here? Like how long passes between when I notice this happening and when it is like literally on me?
I'll give you a minor action and an action. So
Okay. So can I shoot straight up then?
yes, you can. You can easily just aim your phaser up, just take a shot. So roll.
Because I'm pretty confident there's no way I'm going to be able to get out of the way fast enough. So I'm just going
to
use your minor action to aim.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I've never done combat in this. What's the thing I'm looking for before? System before. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so that's going to be 2d20.
Okay. And am I rolling against a specific thing or just in general?
So it's gonna be you're using your phaser, so it's gonna be difficulty 2, ranged attack. So.
But I'm not like it isn't like a check, so I'm not doing like my something plus my something else.
Oh yes, you are. It's going to be no daring, no control plus security.
Control plus security.
This is what happens when I make a character who doesn't use phasers.
Okay, control plus security. All right. So beating a 13, that's a 9 out of 5.
Nice. That's 2 successes, so you succeed. Roll 3 plus your security score.
3d20 plus my security score?
D6.
D6s.
Okay. I was like, I didn't think it's that, but I didn't quite catch which one it was. 2, 3 plus my security score, which is a 1.
So 4 dice.
Oh, 4 dice. Okay, so dig me another dice out of here. Come on. I know I have another d6 in here someplace.
Well, that's a good dice
There it
sounds.
is.
Love those good dice sounds.
Right? Nice Foley work over here with the dice sounds. Okay, so that's a 17 total.
So what
Oh.
are the individual numbers?
That doesn't matter at all, does it? It's a 2 3s, a 5, and a 6.
5 and a 6, so it's 2 points of
Two
damage.
successes and a
Yeah. All right.
2 effects.
Those are both effects if you want to use Vicious to do 2 extra damage.
If I want to use, sorry, what?
You can, so the 5s and the 6s give you what are called effects, and you can use them for special things, one of which is each one of those does an extra point of damage. So you could get 4 total damage if you
Is there a
think
reason
that
I
would
shouldn't
probably
do
be the
that?
best. Nope.
Nope.
Cool, then yeah, I guess I'll do that. Makes sense.
Okay. So 4 damage to it. You stun it. It chitters as it falls to the ground in front of you, and it hisses at you. It's gonna try and make a melee strike at you.
Okay.
Actually, you probably have another security officer with you as well, so they're gonna make another phaser shot towards.
I would
It's
love
2.
to have another security officer.
Yeah.
You have
I-
security officers with you.
This is all because of Daru. So.
They were on literally every deck, communicating to people what were happening and making
Yeah.
sure everyone was okay.
Security 3. This might take it out.
Oh boy.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, he takes it out. Yeah, with one phaser shot and then another phaser shot as it hisses and chitters, it just goes down. And you hear a couple more phaser shots from behind. And you hear, all clear.
Okay, so that thing's down and there aren't any other like
There it doesn't there's
critters around.
There's no more there's that. So every time these
I don't hear
creatures
the
have
clicking
appeared.
noise anymore though.
No, the clicking noise has gone
Okay.
away. So basically, every time before they appear, there's actually a tricorder alert that happens. You get an alert that it's detecting something, and then suddenly they appear, and the clicking noise appears as well, and then disappears as soon as they're gone.
Cool. So it just seems like the coast is clear now.
Yeah, the coast is clear.
All right, so I'm gonna proceed forward then down this hall.
Okay, you turn a corner, and there's a person in a blue medical attire, and she puts a phaser up, and then like holds it up like, oh, sorry.
It's fine. With us though.
Aye, sir. And
I'm
she's
just like, that's a problem
yeah.
for not right now.
yeah. You can tell she's a Bajoran. She's got the ridged nose and the earring. And yeah, so she will join you. She takes a look. She's like, do you want me to look at that leg?
It's there's nothing to be done for that. Trust me.
Okay, sir.
And I'm gonna sort of wince after a second. Be like, "Thank you, though." I forgot my manners. This is not how I was raised.
Okay, so let's. I'll say. So you're bringing everyone down with you to the battle bridge.
Pretty much, yeah. Unless there's a safe place to stash them in the meantime.
Okay. Kai, you look like you have something you want
Leading
to
the
say.
pack.
I'm just pulling up my little schematic here to see
Mhm.
where actually
If there's a
a
better
safe
place to stash them would
to
be.
be.
Battle Bridge isn't big. It's pretty small.
Yeah.
I
So
think
I
What
want
version
to
of the
basically
forest?
find the most fortified, like, out of the way place I can possibly put everyone, or at least everyone who's not like the security officers that I want to have
So
potentially
on
fighting things.
according to the potentially not correct blueprints I'm looking at, you will hit main shuttle bay
That's on deck 4.
at about at deck 4.
Perfect.
So if you want to congregate people in main shuttle bay, we have extensive shuttle bays.
Perfect. I think that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to stash everyone in the main shuttle bay.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily do that, and
Shuffle
people.
them in there.
You actually get there, and there's actually already people in there, already starting to fortify. They're sort of like they put up these sort of like they're taking some cargo that's in the back, and they put up kind of like makeshift like defenses, like places for them to take cover.
I'm like really pleased with this. Just walk in and see this going on. I'm like, this is very, very good planning. There's
And-
good news I've got all day.
Oh, sir, one of the security guards comes up. We're trying to hold down this point. We've had a few of these weird creatures show up.
Yeah, I saw one.
Any idea what they are?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I didn't. That didn't seem friendly though, so that's kind of what counts at the moment.
Yeah, we've had to use stun, but they keep getting up again. I don't know if the captain's authorized using lethal force yet.
If I mean, if it's not working. Oh, am I still in range of talking to you?
Yes, you are.
Okay,
You're in deck 4. That's our limit.
that's true. That's true. So I'm gonna then like call him like, all right, I'm gonna check on that then. So I'm gonna call him to the captain. Captain,
Lieutenant,
um,
how's it looking?
stun's not gonna be good enough. I know you don't like it, but to be completely honest, at this point, you don't have to.
I'm authorizing the use of lethal force.
Right. Thanks.
Several decks
Oh, that's
down,
fine.
Suchilla's like, oh yeah, I was supposed to wait for authorization, huh?
Whoops.
I did bank another threat because you said that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just being transparent.
And then so I'm gonna turn to the person that I've just run into. That's like, well, you have authorization now.
Now and he taps on his phaser, and you hear it power up like a little more. It goes, and he looks, and there's actually a few officers with phaser rifles,
Mm-hmm.
which are
Yeah.
big daddy phasers. They're just
Love it.
powerful
Pretty
phasers.
epic.
Yeah.
I
Um,
really want one, but I don't think the captain has one.
I think I'm also gonna make a point of saying to the security officer, like, and hey, you make sure everyone follows suit. Like, I know not everyone is super jazzed about the idea of going past stun, especially because this isn't a combat ship, but they don't have to like it. They do have to live.
Aye, sir. Not all of them are. I'm okay with it, but I know some of them are not security officers. They might not be okay with it, but they just won't get the phasers.
Yeah, well, if they can't make themselves live with that, they got to give it to someone who can.
Aye, sir. All right. Do you continue on to the battle bridge, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I've made sure that everyone that I was leading in my sort of like awkward shuffle is safely stashed in the
Cargo bay.
Cargo bay,
Or-
thank you. Shuttle bay, whatever the
Shuttle bay.
thing was.
Mhm.
It was like storage closet's not the word I'm looking for. So now that I put
Stuff
everyone
in
in
the
the
A
storage
little bit
closet.
bigger than that.
storage closet, and I've probably left, because Battle Bridge isn't a big place. I've probably left like most of the I want to make sure that the most of the security personnel that were there are left with the large group of people that
Mhm.
aren't security personnel.
They will. One will insist to coming with you.
I will let that happen.
Good.
Yeah.
If I can
Um,
talk to Dave before he leaves,
Yeah.
Dave Evan.
Yeah. Go for it.
I would probably like
just-
also just give you like a situation update about being like everyone that I found is stashed in the shuttle bay.
I wasn't sure how much of that situation you told me.
Probably
about,
not
so
most of it, just at least a bare bones like this is where most of the crew is now, or well,
Okay.
that I found at least.
Take a couple security with you to the battle bridge and then send them back up to Shuttle Bay. Send a couple up to main bridge for me and Noguera, and we'll see you soon.
Sounds good. All right. And so I'll turn to
So-
the security folks and send like a couple up, and I'm like, and then one of you gets to be my babysitter for the next 10 minutes or whatever.
I specified a couple.
Okay. So yeah. So 2 will come down with you, and 2 will
2.
go up. We'll go up.
Buddy system on the way back, Dave Evan.
Granted. Good point. Good point. Good point.
Big buddy system here.
We
Now
are
that
big
I
fans of the buddy system on the ship.
To their death.
Yeah. So I'll take 2 of them with me then. So how does the ship trip down there all right, or what's the situation seem like on the way down?
Why don't you roll a fitness security check? Stealth check.
And hang on a second. What am I have a Jeopardy theme music plays as I locate the talents folder that I have on my computer.
Stealth.
Am I is this a task attempting to detect danger?
Yes.
Then the difficulty is reduced by 1 because I
Okay.
have the constantly watching talent.
All right. So that will be difficulty 1 then.
And I think I also have a focus that applies here because of again, really did not understand how focuses worked or value.
That's okay.
I have a value that applies here. So I didn't understand how
because
those
it's only
work, so I
difficulty
said it
1.
interestingly.
You don't.
Does that apply?
Unless.
Hold on to that.
Yeah, I would
Don't
hold on to
spend
that.
Gotcha. Okay. Really am having an interesting time with the values, not having comprehended how that was supposed to work when I was setting them up.
It's okay.
How many dice am I rolling right now?
2.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's a 3 and a 4.
Wow. Okay.
And I was rolling against. I don't think it matters because I was definitely under it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're fine. So gain 1 momentum. You. Yeah. With Actually, the 2 security officers will assist you as well. See if you gain any more momentum. Yes. So you gain 2 more momentum from that.
So we're up to 3 now.
Fabulous.
Great. You go down another deck, and you hear the chittering, and you pull back, and you see that there's a few of these creatures like skittering by. You hear their footfalls against the bulkheads, and you wait for them to pass, and then the chittering dies down, and you're alone. And you're like, okay, and then you keep moving, and it's sort of similar that way all way until you reach the battle bridge. So you reach there safely without any incident.
So does it seem like I'm seeing the same ones multiple times, or is it like there's a shit ton of them, or is that something I can tell?
You can tell that there's multiple. There's definitely like that one group that passed you had like 2 of the smaller ones, and then it had 3 other larger ones with it. Not like the huge one that they faced, but slightly larger than the other ones. They seem to be moving in packs. That's definitely something you would notice.
Okay, good to know. All right. But it doesn't, I can't tell if it's like the same pack appearing and disappearing or if it's like multiple of them.
No, you can't really tell.
Okay,
All right.
good
Oh,
to
yeah.
know.
You reach the battle bridge. Daru is there waiting. Daru, what have you been doing?
Yes. Trying to, so coordinating and communicating as much as possible while being as helpful as I can with the engineering, which is not very helpful.
Yeah.
But
So they're gonna try
being an extra
and
pair of hands.
Okay. So why don't you so one of the engineers is gonna try and make a roll. Let me pull their name up again. Rivara, Enot. Rivera. Sorry.
I don't know. That's what I wrote down, Rivera.
Rivera, yeah. She will make an engineering check to see if she can get some basic power running. If you want to assist Daru with a control engineering. Daru.
Oh, I
That's
thought
a
you said I
10.
misplaced the comma in that sentence.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
like, did you want to assist Daru? And so I was like, who is assisting Daru?
Do we have any momentum to reroll an at 20?
Can you do that
Or
with
do
an
I have
assist?
to use a value? Well,
Can
you
you do
can
that with an assist?
You have to use 2. Oh, with an assist, maybe not. Sorry, y'all.
That's okay. Let me see if she gets any successes.
That's okay. She's gonna take a momentum for an extra die.
Okay.
I should not be helping with engineering. This is a bad idea.
Ooh.
That didn't sound great.
No complications or anything like that. It just wasn't a great roll. I forgot to set the difficulty. I set the difficulty at 2, but she does get 2 successes because she has a focus.
Good.
In jury rigging. There we go.
Nice.
I'll make a note of that later. But yeah, she manages to take a emergency power core and hook one of the consoles up to it, and gets it up and running. And so there's.
And I do something to make it more complicated.
Yes. So there is a spark. So it is working, but not at like the capacity that she wanted it to be.
Right.
If you want to like check it, Daru, you can go in and check it, and you can get internal sensors for a few decks, but no external sensors or anything like that.
Where is the ship? The Betazoid is hearing. Where is that ship? Why can I not figure out where that ship is? Where is that ship?
Why don't you make a insight security check? And the ship will help you.
Okay.
The ship will help with sensors security.
Does my focus of hazard awareness
Yes.
or survival come into play?
Hazard
Awesome.
awareness, definitely. You are trying to find a hazard.
And oh yeah, I forgot I replaced it with cautious security. Do we have momentum for me to take an extra die?
Yes.
Awesome.
So
on
I'll
the
set the
one
difficulty
momentum.
for this at 2.
I'll roll for the ship.
Okay.
I can math 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, so you gain 1 momentum. No help from Gwen.
No help from Gwen. I rolled a 16, but security is her weakest.
Yeah.
So I had to beat an 11.
Yeah. She's not a combat ship, that's for sure.
Nope.
But
Definitely
you
not.
succeed. You detect the ship on internal sensors, which means
What?
the ship is you detect part of the ship on internal sensors because between decks 16 and 18, lodged in the side of the hull.
What? What? Okay,
Shit.
that's going to communicate it to the bridge through whatever means I need to go through.
Yep, you.
That means there were no.
So-
What's the word? There were no force fields that went up.
You're not
Is
sure.
there-
Yeah,
Break.
we lost
That's-
shields when we lost power.
Yeah. So those decks
Really
are
bad.
those decks
Oh,
probably
shit.
are well, you don't know what so internal sensors definitely tell that there's no force fields, but the decks did seal themselves. Emergency sealed.
Okay.
So you're not venting into
That's
space.
good.
So yeah.
I was like, how much crew did we lose? Okay, good.
Oh.
Okay. Oh,
whether
Um,
there's
Find out.
whether there's people on those decks,
oh,
you have to find out.
Wait, didn't
Wow.
you say 18 was one of the sick bays?
yeah, I think so.
Sick bay deck 20 is when sick bay. So deck 16 through 18 includes the arboretum, shuttle. No, that's the only thing of note is the arboretum.
But also like
Oh,
Bruce
boy.
quarters
Yeah, there's some
and
cruise quarters
offices
and stuff like that.
and
Oh.
I would
I'm
assume.
sure there were people in the vicinity.
I'm really hoping that there's some sort of like protocol or something that says like if there's a major disaster, you exit your quarters immediately and you go to the nearest like fortified
I would
area or
imagine
something.
there
But
Yeah.
There was...
I'm
I
sure
just
some
thought that
people
if there was,
ignored that. The
intruders
same.
and things, you'd stay in your rooms and keep it locked. Because
There's-
they're not
yeah.
going to be going room to room.
So-
they'd
An
be going...
intruder wasn't my thought. It was the fact that the whole ship jolted when that thing exploded.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So that's more of
So-
like there's a structural integrity question. So you're going to want to be in the place where we can track the most of you at once or something.
I hit red alert with no specific.
Yeah.
I hit red alert with a brace for impact.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be brace for impact and then like stay away from the windows kind of thing.
Yeah. And I have to imagine that there are protocols for these
Theoretically,
sorts of things. Like,
Our fleet
space
has
is
protocols
dangerous,
for
y'all.
these things.
Well, I would also
I have
like to
a
imagine
focus
that
in
like
these protocols for things that I don't
Same.
know what the protocols are.
I don't
Yeah.
know how much like ability we have to create our own protocols on a ship. I don't know how much authority like the captain or anyone under them
You-
would have to be like,
A
this
lot.
is how things work here.
Yeah. A lot.
yeah.
But I would imagine that that is what I would have told people to do.
Mhm.
If there was a situation specifically where it seemed like ship integrity was a question, you're going to want to go to like the most fortified area
Put your
possible.
booty down.
Don't stay in your quarters. Like,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
stay in your quarters. Don't stay in your office. Don't stay in whatever hall you're down pretending you don't know you're off break. Like,
So
So we would have
So-
had the 2 months out from Earth running drills and
Right.
establishing what the norms
your
for
own
the ship
protocols.
are.
hmm
So I would like to dispatch security to that specific area
Okay.
and also make sure that that information is communicated to medbay so that and have the security teams communicate to medbay any injuries that they come across in that vicinity.
Okay. Hang on, let me
Meanwhile,
roll.
on Duck 12,
Yeah, on
And-
deck 12.
Titular and Mabrin are being dragged by Takin back.
There's lots of doctors for a reason.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
so I guess Takin is gonna take you all back to medbay. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just Takin dragging y'all by herself. It's those two security guards also came up and helped carry you both back into. So Takin first is going to do a roll for you, Situla. Let's see how you fare. See, so daring medicine, difficulty 1. think I said I give her like a 15, I think I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's fine. That's 3 successes, so gain 2 momentum.
Yay. Also, as I'm being like carried by these security guards, I'm just kind of like, we don't have to tell Daru about this. To them.
Ah,
He gives you.
That's funny.
They give you a look. They're like, sure.
Sugarcoat.
we hear you for now,
Sugarcoat.
however.
Yeah.
You're not
so-
my real boss.
Oh gosh.
This would work if you were science division.
If you were
You'd
wearing
listen to
blue,
me, but-
if you were wearing blue,
But they're not.
they're not. Yeah. Okay. So you all get back to sickbay, without any issue. So I'm not that mean.
Yay.
But they are gonna have to do some work on you. Okay. Okay. So Takin and some of the other nurses are going to help roll to take your injury off, Doctor, first. So this is going to be control medicine with a difficulty of 2. Can I take a momentum for an extra
Yes.
die? Okay. Whoop. Oh yeah, she's got this. Ugh. Natural 20 on my end.
Can we make you
Um,
re-roll that?
Sure. I think spend 2 momentum and I can re-roll it.
Let's spend 2 momentum and re-roll
Or
that.
does she
Yeah.
have a determination? Does Tikin have a determination she can spend?
I think she used it already.
Or is she not a major? She
Used
did
it
use it
to
already.
not die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's another success. So 1, 2, 3, 4 successes total. So gain 2 momentum back.
Back to 4.
Your injury is gone, Mabrin. So she quickly heals your ribs, like, and snips them back into place.
Does that
and
mean
just-
stress goes?
I think the
Ouch.
stress stays.
Right, okay.
Actually, you can lower it.
I'm not also thinking for just me either. It's Situla with no stress left.
I would say this is happening sort of. This is sort of like an interstitial scene. So I would say you gain your stress back, both of you. But you still have your injury. So she's going to, unless Doctor, you want to help with this surgery, or not surgery,
Yeah,
but
sure.
this.
I'll stagger back up to my feet for this.
Yeah.
I do have
Alright.
a focus in trauma surgery.
In what?
In trauma surgery.
Okay. Yeah. So it's sort of like a phaser burn. It's like a phaser burn straight to the chest, but it's a tetrion. So it just needs a dermal regenerator and some hypo spray to dull the pain. So make a same roll, control medicine, difficulty 2.
Am I assisting or rolling properly?
You're rolling. You're rolling, and Tikin will assist you.
Take a momentum for an extra die.
Okay. You say security and medicine?
Control medicine.
Control medicine, of course. So I need to beat a 14. 2 successes and a failure.
Okay, that's no help from Tikin either. So, but that's still enough. So, Situla, your stress is gone, and your injury is gone as well.
Yay.
See, it's
That doesn't
like,
mean you can go study the monster, Sigila.
You're not here. You can't boss me around.
No, that was Moonlight.
That's true. Yeah. Situla does, however, like immediately, as soon as Z is cleared, sit up, draw up the tricorder readings that he got and immediately start like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and what's going to be effective to deal with it.
Okay.
I sort of also peer over your shoulder and just like study it as well.
All right. Why don't you make a reason science roll?
Hell yes.
I'll set this difficulty at 4, but because you're using a tricorder, I'll bump it down to 3.
I'll assess.
Shall I use a momentum?
Take a momentum.
And
All right.
Mavrin, you can definitely assist.
Reason science, yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Aw.
3 successes. That's a 4, a 4, and a 16.
Okay. What focuses do you have?
Where are your focuses?
Protocol, anthropology, botany, genetics, composure, xenobiology.
Either xenobiology or genetics would probably apply here.
All right.
All right. So that's 2 more. That's 2 more successes on top of that because you rolled under your discipline, right?
Yes.
All right. So you gain 2 momentum.
Great.
All right. So what are you trying to figure out? I'll give you answers.
Also, I get an extra
Mhm.
question momentum. So I guess the first would be, would it be possible to stop them from portaling?
Ooh, if you can get the ships. Yes, it is possible. You can set up a subspace containment field, and they will be unable to pass through it because it's basically just a force field that goes into subspace as well as regular space, and so they can't pass through. You're gonna need power for that.
Okay.
Power from the ship that the ship currently doesn't have.
All right.
Any other questions?
What would they be vulnerable to?
You noticed they like to keep to the dark. They like to keep away from the, and whenever you shine your light on them, they had a visible like recoiling effect to it. So you guess that intense bright light probably is something that will render them vulnerable.
Okay. Is there a security officer in here?
Yes, there's 2.
Yes.
Okay. I wave one of them over.
Aye, sir.
I assume you have an idea of who of the security team might be stationed 4 decks below us?
Yeah, Lieutenant Smith and Ensign.
Great. Calm them and have them calm whoever's 4 decks below them and keep going until you get Lieutenant Rosie and tell her we need the engines on as soon as possible. We need light.
Light. Okay.
And a subspace containment field, but the light is the bigger issue right now.
Aye, sir. And he walks over and he calms down. Okay.
And then I calm the captain.
Okay, which you can do because you're captain. Are you making your way down?
Yep, I would have, as soon as Dave Evan told me that he was heading down from main shuttle bay, myself and Noguera would have locked down the bridge. I would have picked up, phaser and whatever, and we would have started making our way down
Okay.
to main shuttle bay, with the idea that on the way there we would meet the security team that would escort us all the way to Battle Bridge.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you to roll a fitness security. Difficulty 2. This is to figure out how well you can, basically a stealth check and how well you can avoid.
Yep. I do not have a character sheet for Noguera, so.
Oh, I'm just basing it off of your roll, and they'll assist.
Okay.
Z will assist. Sorry.
I'm going to take a momentum for an extra die because this seems important.
It
Not that one because I
definitely
rolled
seems
a natural
important.
20. Ooh,
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh.
security, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, fitness.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Does not sound
No,
good.
my fitness is just I'm used to rolling controller insight, and those are 10s, but fitness
Yes.
is a 9. So one of these just missed. I rolled a 13, and I needed a 12. But I got a 7 and a 6, so 2
Okay.
successes.
That's good. No help from Nagara.
I didn't really build him for stealth.
No.
Build him to help me communicate.
Yeah. But you notice the pitch black darkness with the occasional flashing of the red glow, heading down. You meet up with the security team.
I have a question. Just so I know, do I hear the clicking noises?
Yes, you do.
Do I hear them in the same frequency as everybody else? Because my ears
Mm-hmm.
can hear in the broader spectrum.
Right. You hear different clickings on a subvocal level as well. You get the sense that it's some. Make a roll for me. Make a insight command roll. This is only possible because of your cochlear implants. So.
Insight command. This is good. Okay.
Oh, difficulty 1. Sorry.
I'm trying to see if I have any focuses that apply. I'm presuming it's not most of them, but would cybernetics count? It's okay if the answer is no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no because you're not doing anything with cybernetics. You're using them, but not in a way that
I
would
just rolled a
constitute-
3 and I got really
Aw.
excited.
Oh.
That sucks. So, how many successes?
1.
1? Okay. That's okay. Yeah, you get the sense that these creatures you're hearing on multiple bands of frequencies. And the lower levels seem to have some sort of consistency like pattern to them compared to the higher levels, which is just random clicking. You get the sense that maybe this is some form of communication between each other.
In that case, would my focus in linguistics apply? I know that it is fishing, and it is okay if the answer is no. I was just.
I'm unsure because I don't know if if you were to study animal communications, like I don't know if your linguistics focus would apply then, and it's sort of the same thing. It's sort of this animalistic communication between like the same thing that like wolves or other like the way cats would communicate with each other. Like it's not really the same level as humanoid communications. So I would say no.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm not disappointed or anything. I just you were like communication. I was like, I have linguistics.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. It's more animalistic communication.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's okay.
Because of your successful roll, you managed to avoid any altercations with these creatures that seem to have now sort of spread throughout the ship. And Daru, you definitely notice this. You're getting like they're jumping all over the place, like using portals, like using like these small rifts in subspace to get around the ship. But these you're getting life signs, these solenogen based life forms just bopping around the ship, spreading out. I'll just tell you because it's more narratively interesting. They're spreading out from deck 16 to 18
From where the
outwards.
ship crashed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I communicate that to all the pertinent people to send it around.
Okay.
And I am staying put where the captain sent me.
Yeah, and eventually the captain will arrive.
I'm still in control of my Chloros,
Good.
but internally, so the Betazoid will feel it a little bit, really want to go see what's going on at the ship. But that's just the internal dialogue. Nothing is showing externally.
Okay.
So
Great.
I want to like use the security teams that have now spread throughout the decks as kind of communications relays,
Okay.
if that's possible.
It's
Very-
basically
very
what
much
I was
in a
doing.
Yeah, very much in a telephone kind of way, but ideally slightly more accurate because
Yes,
Starfleet.
hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully they're good at remembering what people say.
not long phrases, just
Yeah.
And I want to use them to bounce the message down to engineering that we need power as soon as possible.
Okay.
I feel like Rosie's gonna get this same message like 3 times, and on the third
Yeah.
time it's just gonna like
She's like,
there's
"Shut
gonna be
up."
another like Lieutenant, message for you. She's gonna be like, I know we need power. Like,
I cannot change the
no,
laws of
this is something
physics.
else.
So would the captain have reached the battle bridge by
Battle
now?
bridge.
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as you would have gotten there, I think I would have had a question for you.
Mhm.
Just outside of the usual, like, here's the situation since we last spoke, 30 minutes ago. As far as I can tell. And so as soon as you would have gotten there, because communication has been super, super spotty, yeah, because we're only having these weird like relays from spot to spot. So we don't really know what's happened with Situla and Mabrin and company. Cool.
Unless, I mean, you're within communication range right now, because deck 8 to deck 12 is still within the 4-deck range.
And we've
So-
brought me to exactly my point, which is when the captain arrives on the battle bridge, one of my first questions would have been, has anyone spoken to Dr. Kellen yet?
Which doctor? Doctor.
You're not supposed to recognize that name.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Dr. Mabrin is supposedly made sick bay, which we should have communication with Captain to Dr. Mabrin.
You receive it.
Mabrin here. You're right, Captain.
Yeah, we've migrated down to Battle Bridge for closer communication range. We have a group congregating in main shuttle bay. If you could, I'll send a couple security down to med bay for you. If you could send a couple doctors up to hang out with them and make sure that they're cool and stuff, that would be awesome. I definitely say that in a more like professional sounding way.
Make
At
sure
least
they're
that's what you're gonna write in your report.
yeah.
That
They
would
were-
be super
make
chill.
sure that they're
Like,
totally
it's,
chill, yo.
Make sure everything's
Listen,
set
I
up.
spent way too long in California for this. If you could send a couple of your staff, at least one doctor, up to main shuttle bay, or prepare them to be picked up by a security team. I want to make sure that in case anything happens, they have some kind of assistance on site.
Acknowledge, Captain.
And have you, I'm assuming you spoke to Lieutenant Sichula on their way down.
Yes, we bumped into those large creatures. Both myself and Sichla were rather badly injured. We are healed at this moment. So I can make my way up, but I'm very grateful for the support of the security team.
I would like you to stay right where you are, and if you could keep Lieutenant Sichula there too, that would be lovely.
I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think Sichula is having enough of a time trying to discern the readings from the creatures.
Well,
That
you have
Zagox-
readings? I have...
I feel like this would be around the time where I like interrupt to calm the captain.
Like you're just like, hey, yeah.
I mean, we're in
It's me.
the same room. You can hear me.
Oh,
out
that's
in
true.
this
I can. Yes, Captain, I have readings.
I have limited internal sensors. Lieutenant Daru and Ensign Enos were able to throw something together. If I send a security team down, will you come back up with them so I can get you at the sensor station?
I'd be happy to, Captain.
I sort of walk
Doctor,
over
if
to
you
Sichla
could
and
sit on
down,
Lieutenant
lean over
Sichula
it
until
so
the
you can get the
security
call.
team comes, that would be great.
Yeah, Sichel is like getting out of the cot and like. I imagine Takin is like, no.
Stay put. Don't make me
Sorry,
sedate
Rue,
you.
you were saying something and I totally talked over you. Sorry.
Sorry, no, I was just wandering over to Sichla and just leaning over with the comm badge to save them from yelling throughout the medbay.
You're just like, hang on, here.
So I have a
Everyone
question.
huddle around the comm badge. Yeah.
Considering Daru's own PTSD and their experience with some of their siblings with PTSD, did they catch what happened with Dave and saying the name of the doctor that is not on this ship? It's fine if the answer is no, or if you want us to roll for it. I was just
Are you here?
wondering if that was picked up on.
Yes,
Yeah,
Daru is.
Daru's
Yeah, I'm
on
still in the
battle
battle
bridge.
bridge.
Okay,
Daru
that's what I
went ahead
thought.
of us.
Okay. I was just trying to keep track of where everyone was.
No, that's
for a
fine.
little
That's
splintered
understandable.
moment.
We've almost got everyone back in the same spot.
So close.
So that's up to you, Dave Evan, if that's something you think would be easily telegraphed. Or if you
I
want,
definitely
want
did.
a roll, you can make a roll.
I
Or you can just
definitely
say
did
no.
say the name of a doctor that does not work on this ship. So I don't know that there would be much of a way to avoid anyone noticing that. But
Well, I mean, if you wanted it to be something that you said, like, you're talking with the captain over here in low voices, kind of
That's
thing,
what I was
or-
trying to get at.
oh yeah, no, I definitely wasn't trying to hide anything.
Okay.
Like I said that out loud as if it was totally a normal thing to say.
Okay. So yeah,
Daru's not going to do anything about it in
I
the
caught
moment,
that.
but just
Who's
wondering
Dr.
if they were
Hill?
aware of it.
I definitely
s-
did not ask that.
the captions were like, whose dogs are killing? And I was like,
Boston
what?
Dynamics, duh.
I don't know. That's what we're trying to
Obviously.
figure out.
Yeah.
That's actually
Okay.
basically pertinent to this episode.
Yes. All
This
right.
entire time, I have been writing not dogs in my notes.
Not dogs.
Not dogs.
All right.
That's fabulous as well.
So we're at 10 o'clock my time. So we're pretty late. So I think this is a good
Okay.
point to
3 in the morning for Rue.
yeah, or it's a good point to for us to pause for tonight. Got a lot done. Almost killed two of you. I feel happy about that. Thank you so much to everyone. If you're still watching, thank you for tuning in and watching this mad house of an episode. Everyone got to do something today, which I am very proud of. I always like to make sure everyone gets to do at least one thing per episode. And almost die
Even
counts
if
as
it's
something.
died.
I'm actually excited for the denouement of this episode because I think we're gonna get some good Dave Evan lore.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so
I'm
excited for
sitting
that.
on
Yeah.
so much Dave Evan lore over here, and I'm just like, yes.
So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you're still with us, we will see you again 2 Tuesdays from now, and yeah, tune in tomorrow for some fun game nights and Saturday for more TTRPGs. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy, be good to yourselves, be nice to yourselves. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.